Welcome everybody to episode 18 of the COD Casuals. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
How we doing, Justin? How we doing?
I'm doing
today?
good.
Yeah,
doing good, Mike.
Good. How was your weekend?
It was nice. I got away. Got to chill. Didn't play many video games this weekend till Sunday, but didn't get to watch many of the games. But I caught up on them today.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty chill weekend for me as well. I didn't tell you I was up in New Hampshire chilling most of the weekend. Yeah. I tried to catch as much of the games, but the games right now, like what just happened, it's kind of like.
I mean, the top teams are winning. I mean, like I do have notes on like some of the stuff that's happened that we haven't talked about.
Right.
I'll shoot off some of them real quick. LA Thieves, they changed their roster for Stage 4. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, that was a big thing that had happened.
Slasher,
we just get right into it.
Yeah, Slasher, Hook, Kenny, TJ, new roster.
Mm-hmm. I think this is roster number 7,000 for the LA Thieves. This roster is all built for LAN. Which, if you don't know, that's just when they're actually playing in a stadium or an arena and they're playing together, all on the same server. Yeah.
Same internet.
Yeah, same internet. So it's just going to be even competition. So this team that they've now devised, this is about as legit as it can get for a LAN team. All these people have played and they're very experienced.
Yeah.
So that's their goal with it.
Don't want to. I'll just rattle off like some of the notes I have just because our topic for today is pros of public players, and I'm excited to get into that one. So
yeah, exactly.
But some of the notes I have, Hook, he admits taking Adderall.
Yeah,
that was big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to dive into that. That's a whole topic itself.
Yeah, there's really nothing like that we can really say on it other than apparently this is something that I think people have known is in the community for competitive Call of Duty, and I'm sure in other esports it's a big thing. So Hook's one of those guys who came out about it, and it's big of him to be doing that.
Yeah.
And to admit that.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he's not doing it anymore, that's even better to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just something I don't know. Like, it was a big thing when it came out. I don't know enough about it. People start pointing fingers at one another.
Yeah. Well, it also seemed like the CDL and Activision, they tried shutting it down pretty quick because they didn't want people to talk about it, which I get why. It's bad. Mm-hmm. It's bad for the franchise.
Right.
Especially investors, too, seeing that, these kids that were paying millions of dollars for our, they're taking drugs now.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. So
no, it's not a good look for them. So, like, when watching the games, they were always deleting people in the chat, deleting messages, or people were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks rough, but hopefully they'll. I'm sure they will. They'll take the right steps to deal with that.
Yeah,
going forward.
And then moving on, I got notes about that stuff, but I'm gonna skip that.
Yeah.
But one shocking thing: Optic loses to Seattle.
Yeah, that was a big shock. I mean, this whole weekend, look, we're at the point. This was the LA Thieves home series that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last home series before the major. It's like the top teams are the top teams and the bottom teams.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at this point, it's damn near impossible for them to make it out of that bottom the bottom four there.
Yeah.
Like Seattle. They're dead last. They're not going to make it to champs. It's near guaranteed. They'd have to win this major, I think. Win this major, get top 3, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, they have to pull off. I mean, the bottom 4 teams have to pull off a miracle.
Yeah.
LAG has. I mean, they have the best chance just because they're 9th right now.
Right.
And if they beat LA Thieves first round, they knock them out.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but it was surprising that Seattle beat Optic.
Yeah.
And we were thinking for a second, oh wow, Seattle's looking good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's unfortunately too little, too late, but it's good that they're picking it up.
Yeah.
And then they go into the next day against Paris Legion and they get smoked.
Yeah.
So it's just inconsistencies. The top teams still are looking at the top.
Yeah.
LA Thieves, they got absolutely smoked by Optic.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, so it's looking tough for Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
I hope and I pray that team just completely turns it around.
Yeah.
When they go to LAN. Do I see that happening though? I mean,
hopefully they if they just win one game.
Yeah.
They just win one against LAG, which they should win.
They should win that, yeah. But it's tough to see a team where they're they're not performing anywhere where they should be. Yeah. And then to think that all of a sudden LAN is going to completely turn that team around.
I feel like, I mean, LAN does make a difference, I'm sure, for like these players. And I mean, like, I definitely notice it when I'm playing on bad. Like, if my ping's like 50 more than what it originally is, like, you definitely feel it. Yep. But I think it's also like, the mentality. Like, you have to fly in, you have to prep, get ready, and all that.
Yeah, and you have to actually see these people. Yeah. Like the people that you're playing, you got to look at them.
Yeah.
So it's all that stuff. So that's that was the home series, and then this major starting up.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, and I think the other big news going into this is with New York, with their player ASIM. He's stuck in Canada, I believe, right now because of a visa issue. So he put out on Twitter that he's more than likely not going to be playing for that team, which is shocking.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah.
He's been with the team since day one of this year.
Yeah.
He's been looking fantastic, hitting his stride, and now the first time that they're going to play on LAN for a major, he can't make it.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of rumors as to who's going to be taking his spot for this. And yeah, it's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll update you after the LAN.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens because New York's like in winner's bracket right now. Yep. They play Minnesota. So
yeah, and they were a favorite, I'm sure, going into it.
Yeah.
To be in the finals, but now that they don't have him, they don't have ASIM. Who knows how they're gonna do?
Yeah.
They might bring back Zuma. They might bring back one of the former AMs. There's so many people that they could be looking for.
So many rumors flying around.
Yeah. So regardless, though, it's gonna be really cool to see how that team performs.
Yeah.
Without him.
But we'll see.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really know if there's much else to talk about with the CDL. We're just kind of holding out until the major. Yeah, because everything's kind of dying down and ramping up to this LAN major that we're gonna have.
Yeah, and like the closer it gets to, like, it's almost champs time. Yeah. So I mean, it's like the top teams are gonna be the top teams, and the bottom teams are gonna be the bottom teams.
Yeah.
And now this gives us a chance to like relax on the CDL news and like talk to you guys more about like the casual aspect of just COD in general when we're playing every night.
Exactly. So last week, right, we touched on our pet peeves, things that drove us absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Drove us up a tree, where you may break a controller in half.
Yeah.
We don't raise that much over it, never. But again, I think we ended that week saying we were going to talk about a little bit more positive.
Yeah.
A little bit more positive this week, right? For some of the pros or good things that we see in teammates and things that you could hopefully implement into your own playing. Do you want to start it off? Give your first one, since I think I started last time. So
yeah. So my thing is, if you're playing with like a squad or something, or if you have a mic and you're like in game, you should hype each other up.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Yep.
Stop being an asshole. Because the amount of times I've just joined in games and people are just screaming at each other, like on the team,
right,
for no reason. Like that is like, stop.
Yeah, especially
hype each other up.
Like, especially when you're on the same team too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of criticizing one another.
Yeah.
And playing, like, I think we mentioned last week, and we will with this week as well, is playing as a unit.
Yeah.
You guys got to be working together, and you can't just be one person complaining about everybody else.
Yeah.
Talking shit to them.
Meanwhile, you're playing like dog shit too.
Yeah, exactly. No, you gotta get everybody in the same zone.
Yeah. Get the morale high.
Yeah, I mean, and tying it a little bit with the CDL, like some of these players, when they do the listen-ins with them, some of them got no passion.
Yeah,
some of them are just like they're mumbling. They're not really saying anything. It's when you have those players on certain teams, they're all like, "Come on, guys, let's go!"
And you gotta get hyped.
Yeah, you need that. You need the hype man.
Yeah, and like that will make like a lot of other players like play better.
Yeah,
and there have definitely been times where like you and I where the team just sucks. And it's hard to like motivate them to come back, but like it definitely helps.
Yeah.
It helps them, and like honestly it helps you too.
Yeah,
because if you believe that you can win, like there's a good chance that you can come back.
Yeah, no, that is true. Because like we've mentioned before, morale and momentum being so important in Call of Duty. If you're like, say I'm playing and maybe it's my first game, Even still, I mean, just someone's having a bad game.
Yeah.
If you just start roasting them all the time, depending on who they are, they're probably not going to all of a sudden do that much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to try to encourage them a little bit. You don't need to coddle them and be like, no, it's okay, don't worry.
People are like, you guys are soft.
Yeah, but...
No, we're not soft.
No, but if you give them like, come on, let's fucking go, man. Like, let's pick it up. You got this, you know?
I've joined, like, specifically, I remember this, like, a Miami game. First game on, and first round in the control, I went, like, 3 and, like, 8.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. And we were down 0-2.
Yeah.
And, I was like, whatever. Like, we're good. We're going to come back. These guys aren't that good.
Yeah.
And guy, first place on my team, 15 and 13, not doing jack.
Yeah.
And he's calling me out. He's like, dude, you're mass prestige and you suck. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
First round, first game of the night, like, chill.
Yeah.
And he's just still talking shit. And I'm like, okay. I muted him, and I went off. I passed him after one round. I unmuted him, and now he's talking shit to the other team.
Yeah, exactly. He totally forgot about you.
Yeah, and then I muted him, and then, we won round 4, tied 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
Then we won the last round, and we reverse swept them.
Yeah.
And then I unmuted him, and he's talking all this shit. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't deserve to talk shit. Like, you're awful. You suck. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I joined the game, and you're talking shit to, like, everyone on the team.
Yeah.
And you're the one that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I carried your ass all the way over here.
Yeah.
And I, like, you can't be talking shit to the other team if you're talking shit to your teammates.
No, that's facts, man. That's facts. You can't be doing that, But, when people have the mic on, they feel invincible.
They feel massive,
yeah.
And then they don't have they
can't
have
the skills to back it up.
They can't back it up on the stats.
Yeah. And they get absolutely smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in those games too. I mean, we've talked about it, just people losing their cool.
Yeah.
Like people got short fuses.
Yeah.
Man, I've joined in the games or started up, and like people on my team, a guy be getting smoked, and he's just losing it. He's just going, and that's a huge tip. Little diverges from it is, man, if you play angry, it's over. It's chalked.
Yeah.
Like you
lost.
I can't play angry. Like there's times where we all fall victim to that.
You get frustrated.
Yeah, there's one guy who maybe he just keeps killing you. He's in that one spot.
Yeah.
And you just keep running to him like an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I've been there.
Yeah.
And all you want to do is just get the kill, and you're losing it. Yeah. Now you're hot. And you're getting angry, and now like you're just losing it. Composure's all gone.
Yeah, you're not thinking straight.
Yeah, exactly. You're not thinking straight. You're not calm. When you're playing.
So you
need to cool those people down.
Cool them down. Hype up your teammates. Stop being an asshole to people. Like you're not as good as you think. If you're talking that much shit, like you're not as good as you think.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of times where I've been in a cycle where you have too, and like you'll hear me, I'm like, dude, I just can't. You're like, yo, regain, bro. Regain. You got this shit. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. These kids are trash.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
It only takes a few kills. That's all it is, and then it changes.
Yeah. We've never been to each other like, yo, Justin, what the fuck are you doing?
Because we know each other's potential.
Yeah, exactly. We're never looking at it like, dude, you got a problem. Like, there's some people when we've been in those games where even still, I don't ever say it to them unless they're talking smack to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, this guy needs to wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, we've had those games. Like, after one round, it's like, it's not, there are rounds where you and I have gone, like, 0-6. Like, or we dropped a donut the first round.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, it's all right. It's only one round. And then we pick it up.
Yeah, I remember that Garrison game last night that I did.
Yeah.
I started off, I was like 0-4.
Yeah.
And then right at the end of it, I went 6-5.
Yeah.
Like that's how I ended the round.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you just get a couple kills, you start feeling yourself, you're good to go.
Just chain it, yeah.
Yeah. And then you get a little hype from people. You're like, dude, good shit. Let's go. Let's go.
And they're like, I appreciate the teammates that hype you back up.
Yeah.
And the enemy team too. Like, after you win or whatever, or lose, like the people at the top of the leaderboard on the other team, they're like, yo, good game. Like, you carried your team. You did really well.
Yeah.
Instead of the guys that are talking like shit, I'm like, you didn't even do that good.
Yeah. No.
I'm like, I was killing you over and over and over again.
No,
like,
exactly. We had mentioned that last week, right, with the trash talk and shooting bodies.
Yeah.
You got to understand like the position or what happened.
Yeah.
Like how the result came to be.
Yeah.
Like if you're coming at me, being like, dude, you suck, and you look at my team and they're all triple negative.
Yeah.
Like I think we had a game on Armada where we were doing that. Like, we lost. I think we lost 1-3 or something like that. And I mean, I could only imagine. We didn't see the mics moving or anything, but it's so bad. Like, dude, you and I, like, we have to run together. We have to do everything because the rest of the team, they're all double, triple negative.
Yeah, you got to give respect where respect is due.
Yeah, like if we and if we were playing people like us, like two guys who are going off and the rest of the team's trash.
Yeah,
it's like we're happy we won, but we also kind of know why we won.
Yeah, you get it. You know? Yeah. If one guy's just going off and the rest of the team's like not doing anything, like we get why you lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Because once you start building streaks on the enemy team off the bad players, like it's kind of over.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So yeah, I mean, definitely got to hype each other up. You know, whether you're just like in party chat and it's your buddies, you got to do that, or if you're playing in like in TeamSpeak, just with everybody else, like a bunch of random people. Yeah. You got to hit them with it.
Yeah.
It's gonna carry them.
We should like do that more.
Hop into the
just randomly,
dude. Just go in.
Just go in. Yeah.
The thing is tough though is the mics.
The mics suck.
I know they do suck.
Yeah.
That's what is frustrating because I remember I can't remember how much I've done it with the Astros because I didn't get those like an actual nice headset that long ago.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's not awful, but compared to like the party on PlayStation, it's.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because we always use party chat. For anyone wondering, right? You just go and create a party. The mic in there is so good.
Yeah, and I think that's just because we're like connected to one another.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of connected to a lobby full of a ton of people.
Yeah, from God knows where.
And some people just have like shitty mics.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. People just have really awful mics.
Yeah, or they just have music like blaring. Yeah. I'm like, can you just mute yourself? Like, why do you have a mic? Like, why is your mic on?
Yeah, just turn it off.
Yeah.
You know? But no, that's a good point. Another point that I had was like it's a little bit of a pet peeve, but it's something I do appreciate from teammates is teammates who don't use the most ridiculous like guns. You know, when I see a teammate using like a Kimbo Magnums or something like that, I feel like whether I'm getting it done to me. Or I see my teammates and they're using the Kimbo Magnums. They're using the LC-10, whatever that G18 gun is.
Yeah.
Or is it G11? I think.
G11, yeah.
Like that gun.
Yeah. You feel for that enemy. You're like, okay.
I hate seeing, or God forbid, the stoner.
Yeah.
I hate seeing teammates on my team using guns like that and they're frying.
Yeah.
Because
you know why.
Yeah. Because I know it's such BS. If they're going off with like a sub or like an AR, I'm like, okay. Like I appreciate teammates who don't buy into the BS gun
BS,
choice. Yeah. You know. No, they're terrible.
I can side with that.
Yeah, because some of these guns that they put out in these DLCs, they're so ridiculous, and people just abuse the hell out of them.
Yeah, I mean, like I definitely like you and I have tried the new guns and stuff, but man, there's definitely a difference between like using the LC-10 and the 74U. Like I mean the LC-10's like a better gun. It is a better gun. It shoots lasers, but I rarely use it.
I can't remember the last time I used the LC-10.
Yeah, but like I know if I use it, like I'll still fry with it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I try not to out of respect.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's kind of a respect thing with that gun because it's so broken.
Yeah.
That you don't want to use it. You don't want to put people in.
It's like a task force on the 74U.
Yeah.
I don't run that unless like someone else is like running it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use it.
And you know what's funny is I don't honestly see it that much. I don't see people using task force a ton, but it's like usually it's like one or two of those guys that are super sweaty, and they're using that, and it's such BS because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
You know,
and then you start using it.
Yeah,
like I have a class just for task force.
Yeah, you know, but you never touch it.
Yeah, I only touch it unless someone else like uses it.
Yeah, it's funny because the GAs or gentleman's agreement in pros, it's like we inadvertently follow that.
Yeah,
you know,
you can tell like the pub players that do follow that.
Yeah,
you can like clear because if you're just playing pubs to win, like everyone's gonna use task force.
Yeah.
Like, cause you're at a disadvantage if you don't.
Yeah.
But the people with like CDL skins are all using the same classes as us.
Exactly.
No task force.
Yeah. Nobody uses the task force. People use the Krig.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a lot of people using the. Well, you can't use the Krig anymore. Actually, no. Can you?
XM4.
Yeah.
You can't use XM4.
Yeah. I don't see tons of people using the XM4.
Yeah.
You know, like the XM4 or the AK-47.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the FARA. I see a lot of people just following the CDL. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course, but there's a couple guys there who are using the Stoner.
Yeah.
And using the LC-10.
Yep.
And the G11, and those guns are they're ridiculous.
Yeah. I have an XM4 class. I haven't touched for a while.
Yeah.
But like, I'll pull that out like every now and then.
Yeah.
Sort of.
when you're feeling a little variety.
Yeah.
A little bit of variety. You've been using the MP5. I've been seeing.
Yeah. All on specific maps.
Yeah, like standoff. You use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got that sick weapon variant on it.
Yeah. But I only use it on like certain map, like tight maps.
Yeah.
With no long lanes.
Yeah. No, I haven't used the MP5 in a while either. I think I started this game off playing with the MP5.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Well, I have I don't know. I've been going through like a phase where like I'm just trying like other guns again.
Yeah.
Like I was using the Milano.
Yeah.
A little bit yesterday, and like I have the Bullfrog, but I've just been sticking to the 74U, like for a while.
Yeah, 74.
It depends on the map.
Yeah. No, I feel like the Milano you could get away with on like what's the map Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like you could use that pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, just like most of the subs, they're all pretty good. I think for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's another one that's kind of BS though? Is the what is it? The burst one, the KSP.
Yeah, the KSP. That thing's crazy good.
Yeah. That thing's.
I have a class for that too. I haven't used it.
That thing's an issue.
Yeah.
That thing drives me nuts.
Yeah. One burst.
Yeah. Well, that's the G11. I have no idea what the name of the thing is anymore, but it's like the AR that's just an absolute burst
I think it's a
machine.
G11. It has no recoil or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I cannot stand when people use that gun.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like they killed you. Yeah, because they just like aimed down and they shot and it didn't move.
Well, like what'll happen, like we're in that point is, say we'll play these guys, like we'll play a guy who's using the LC-10 of the Stoner, and we're losing composure. We beat him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next game, they're on our team using the same shit, and we completely destroy these kids. And they have like a high KD, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like fuck you guys." And they're talking shit. I'm like, dude, the gun you're using is heinous.
Use something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, stop using the most ridiculous gun in the game. Like, it's broken. It doesn't have an inch of recoil.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Those guys know, too. Like, those guns are they're so OP.
Yeah. Well, that's what's tough is because they are OP, so some of those people who don't care, like, they're like, why wouldn't you use it?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, yeah, and that's exactly why I have, like, classes made for those people.
Yeah.
Because I know that, like, if I'm getting beamed by, like, the LC-10, for example, or, like, the MAC-10 or, like, the KSP, those guns, I'm just going to pull out my task force.
Yeah.
Because then, like, those extra, like, bullet or two that will kill faster, like, I'll win.
Right. Yeah. I try that, like, I try to not use task force on my 74U. Again, it's the same thing with you. If there's some guys that are using it or like a whole squad's using it, I'll pull it out.
If I'm at a disadvantage, I'm just going to use that gun.
Yeah.
I like whatever.
The only tricky one or a tricky gun class for me to deal with is snipers.
Yeah.
Because snipers are kind of, well, not kind of, they're definitely broken in this game. But even for myself, I'm not a very good sniper.
I feel confident enough with my AR shot that, like, I'm not gonna switch to a sniper.
Yeah, I've never switched to a sniper before. Yeah, being like, I need to handle these guys with my sniper rifle.
Yeah,
it's more like I'm gonna get handled because I'm using a sniper rifle.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's just one point that like, it's like it's a pro. If people are not using, like, they're all using just normal guns, I'd call them. Yeah, that's something I do appreciate.
Well, if you know the other team's like about to go dumb hard, like very very hard. Yeah, Task Force is coming out for me. It's over.
You see all the Master Prestige clan.
It's over.
You're like, here we go. They're jump shotting everything. You're like, okay.
A second point for me, right, is I really, really appreciate the people that use support score streaks.
Like, I do like that.
UAV, counter UAV, harps.
Yeah.
Even the this isn't a score streak, but assault packs.
Yeah.
Just throwing that stuff down to help your teammates.
Yeah.
I really appreciate those support players because you need those.
Yeah. No, I didn't even think about that. That is a good one. People who are just you have a multitude of roles on the team.
Yeah.
Instead of everyone just going off trying to get kills.
Yeah, because the majority, I feel like in COD at least, everyone plays for the kill. They play for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're that person that just runs support, it's great because you're helping your team and you're helping yourself.
Yeah.
So.
No, that is a really good one. Yeah, I don't really see much of the assault pack at all.
I've noticed them in some you have to be around the right player.
Yeah. But in BO4, assault that's all I ran was assault packs.
Yeah.
I would do those all the freaking time.
Yeah.
Because then you would just get streaks so much faster.
Yeah.
And in this game too, I guess I don't know if it really matters as much because you get streaks anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, it
you just constantly build streaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you get scores if you drop a support pack, it definitely helps getting streaks faster.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, for sure it does help in that aspect.
Yeah.
But in Black Ops 4 and I mean every game prior, you didn't have to no, in those games you couldn't afford to die. It was just you had to actually go on a kill streak in order to get the streaks. This game, it does help you faster though. Say in the first round, if we're not frying and you go off maybe just a little bit with a assault pack, you can get higher streaks. You could get the War Machine, the harp.
Yeah, if you only get 2 kills and die, and then 2 kills and die again, it's gonna take forever to get streaks.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
But yeah, the using the heart for example, that's great because you have knowledge of the map. You know where everyone is. It's nice.
Yeah.
Or the people that have air patrol.
Yeah.
When someone the enemy team calls in a harp and they call that in, you're like, okay, sweet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, building off that, right? In the same point, is people who do shoot down score streaks.
Yeah.
Or who kind of play around that support role even more in that aspect. Not even just with streaks, but maybe
support in general.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me, I would consider, I do a mix of both, but I like to run around and get the kills because I know I can get the kills.
Yeah.
And I'll hop on the point if I need to, and I always run a trophy on my class. I always have trophies.
Yeah.
So, and that's mainly protecting me, but it does help the teammates when I throw it on the objective or something.
Yeah. No, the trophies are. I mean, they're not underrated, but in some moments, you absolutely have to have a trophy. Particularly in Control. Yeah. Trophies are a necessity.
Yeah. All my classes I've run trophies.
Yeah.
And there have been multiple times where trophies have saved me and saved the whole team.
Yeah.
Just dropping down 2.
Yeah. No, trophies I think of I mean, yeah, damn, any Control map it's important. But particularly what's the map? The one in the desert, Satellite.
Mhm.
That point that's in the dunes there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That point is just ripe for nades all the time, Garrison on B.
Yeah.
A trophy's good, but it's not completely necessary. You can survive there pretty well without a trophy.
Yeah, yeah. Open spaces are tight, but in lights, for example, in Garrison, a trophy in there, I feel is necessary.
Yeah.
I always toss one.
Or Cartel.
Yeah.
Cartel, you definitely need trophies on both those hills.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous.
Just tossing nades everywhere.
Yeah. No, trophies are good. I always run what is it? Field mics.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm a bitch for running field mics though.
I mean, it helps. I feel field mics mainly help the individual. I think.
Yeah.
It helps me just because I'm you're calling out for me.
Yeah.
But because I can't see them on the map. Only you can.
Yeah.
But it helps because you call out.
Well, we didn't even think about that, right? Mm-hmm. If you use the field mic and if you're really good at using your UAV, which a lot of people don't, obviously, but if you're really good at using the UAV, there's times where I'll have it set up and I'm like, yo, don't watch that. I've got that for you.
Yeah.
And then I'll be saying, I'm like, yo, two coming. And you're ready.
Yeah.
And I'm just like feeding them to you.
Yeah.
You know,
call outs.
Yeah, exactly. That's where that support role, like even just in a minor way like that, can be massive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then I'm just getting you prepared for those kills, or I'm maybe getting some kills that I wouldn't have been able to get.
Yeah, or even like I've been doing this a lot lately, like just because in this game you can like tag where people are.
Yeah.
Like if you do left on the D-pad, like you can like ping or whatever. Like I do that a lot if I know there's like an enemy like hiding somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that with right off the rip when we play. Is I'll do that with points.
Yeah.
Like
telling the teammates.
Yeah,
go
but
here.
like get that control point. It'll be like, yeah, everybody go to A.
And they all go to B.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And then they don't go there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just some like basic support like that can really help a game. We always run harp for the most part. But UAVs or like the big thing with the when the other team is using the harp is either the air patrol or counter.
Yeah.
Like those are massive. Because there's so many times where I remember we were running air patrol a lot.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was for. There was some challenge we were doing.
Yeah, it was for a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was calling like 5 kill streaks in one game.
Yeah.
For like 30 times or no 50 times or
something like that.
Yeah.
But we were running air patrol, and it's like air patrol is like a blessing and a curse because sometimes it can be an absolute game changer and a game saver, and other times it's worthless.
Yeah.
Like you have to really read the lobby as to who you're playing.
I remember for that challenge, I ran UAV, counter UAV, and air patrol. Yeah. So I'd be constantly just popping like UAVs, counter UAVs, and like air patrols.
Yeah.
All the time.
I think I did the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. The air patrol is definitely underrated.
Yeah. Play it like if you play that support role, like the people at the top of the leaderboard like support you.
Yeah.
They appreciate you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. There's so many times we played and we're like, oh damn, like they have a harp, and then we just hear like that
enemy
sound.
air patrol.
Yeah.
Or, like our air patrol.
Yeah. I'm like, oh dude, he called it in. Let's go. Like the game's not chalked. You know, it can literally save you from the depths if that happens.
Yeah, it can. Especially if a harp's up. Yeah.
Yeah. It can. Or two, it doesn't happen very often. I don't know about anybody listening, but like I never ever run the VTOL.
Yeah.
Like I think I've maybe used it like that or the gunship. I've used those I think I've only used those from care packages I've stolen. Like
yeah. I mean I don't think they're worth it.
They're not.
They're way too they're higher than the harp. Yeah. And it takes forever.
You've got to be good.
Yeah.
Like you have to be really skilled to be able to get enough kills and streak in order to get the gunship.
Yeah.
Like the gunship and the VTOL for me, mainly I think of the gunship. That streak is so good on like satellite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know,
and in my opinion too, like I think if you're getting that streak like in the game, you're more valuable like on the ground than you are up in the air. That's how I think about it. That's why I don't like all the streaks I run aren't streaks where like I have to pull out something and like control.
Other than maybe the cruise missile.
Yeah, because it's
quick. So short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm not like trying to hide to pull out my gunship because there have been times where like you pull out a gunship and you're trying to get kills and then your teammates are dying faster than you're getting kills.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. No, if you were going off before with your gun and then you're in the VTOL, say you're on like Garrison or something.
Yeah.
Right? Or no, make it even worse. If you're on Armada, you get your VTOL on Armada and you think you're amazing. You're probably gonna get like 3 kills with that VTOL if you're lucky.
And then your team's like dead.
Yeah,
everyone's gone.
Yeah, and I don't know how long the VTOL's up for or any of those streaks. They're up for a long time.
I think it's like 90 seconds for one of them, 90 or 60 seconds.
Yeah,
like that.
It feels like that.
Yeah,
you know, and if you're going off, like you can get a lot of kills on any map in that time frame.
Yeah,
you know, if you were going off enough to earn that streak in the first place.
I feel more valuable on the ground to help my team.
Yeah,
because I think the stats like prove it.
Yeah, so that's why we end up just running Harp as the highest one because we end up playing that support role there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, there have been so many times where like you and I like we're the last, especially like last week, where like it's just 2 of us and then we just clutch up because we're hugging each other the entire time.
Yeah,
and we're just playing as a team, and the Harp's up and like we know where all these guys are gonna be.
Yeah.
So.
Now and then the air patrol gets used on us, and then we're like, God damn.
Yeah.
they used our pro against us.
Yeah.
Well, what we're talking about, then we get it happen to us, and I'm devastated.
Yeah. But definitely, if you're not the best at like shooting, like gun skill, play a support role. It helps out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, another point that I have along with like the support score streaks is like playing. I mean, it's a broad thing of playing as a team. But one thing that you had mentioned it there is when teammates go and we split capping a point. That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like we're saying that support, I'll go and mark. Like if we're attacking, but like go to this point. Like we're gonna cap this point, and then all the teammates completely ignore that, and they all go to the other point. Yeah, and then sometimes the round is chalked. Yeah, like it could be depending if those guys just keep hitting that point.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I get that. The like the pro to that is there have been times where all 6 of us have hit a point together, which is awesome because then you just stack and you immediately like get the point or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to read the lobby too.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you split up and it works out, but most of the time it doesn't.
Yeah, most of the time it just never happens. It's never a good thing. Because like we've seen it in the C-Down. I think we mentioned it last week too. Like the power and playing together and stacking a hill.
Yeah.
It can win you games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like offense, like especially.
Yeah.
Because I mean defense, in my opinion, I think you can like sort of get away like playing alone. Especially for like you and I, just because every time I think of like Armada, we had to play like separate because like we have the ability to pick off a lot of people just by ourselves individually.
Yeah.
But I know the teammates like they can't really. But on offense, like that's really hard to do when you're trying to get kills and you're trying to play an objective.
Yeah.
So
it's near impossible.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be on a point and it's just you and me, or maybe it's just one of us.
Yeah, it takes forever. Even with 2 people, it takes so long.
Yeah. And you're trying to win all these gunfights. Like you'll maybe have, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 engagements.
Yeah.
If you're on the hill catching it by yourself. Like, dude, that's a lot of gunfights. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're just going off, you'll probably lose those. Where if you have 3, 4 people on that, it'll be in a matter of seconds, and you can win the game.
Yeah, and like, there's less room for error. Like those 4 enemies can run in and kill like a couple off or something, but that last person can make a play.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think the biggest thing that happens, or that's really good, is when we're all stacking. Say, we're on it, like 3 or 4 of us, and then the other team, there's 3 guys coming at us, and like the engagement happens, and we're all fighting.
Yeah.
Say one guy is still left on the hill from our team. That still gives us time to come back and keep that going.
Exactly.
The worst is when you're in this tug of war where we're on it, we're stacking it, then we get killed. Now they're on it, draining it. Yeah. We run back, we die, we run back, get it, and it's just it takes forever.
It gives you time and map control.
Yeah.
I mean, because you and I, we've done it like multiple times where we tell each other like, stay alive, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Because you can stay alive on the hill and just like save some time. Like you'll die, but I'm already there and I'll trade you out.
Yeah.
And now now I got to stay alive and wait for you.
Yeah, exactly. And when it happens to us, like I know like the map I'm thinking of is Raid.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah. Whether it's if we're on offense,
it's always A.
Yeah.
I swear, like all the time.
That's like the main push is always just going there. Very rarely do we see the B push. I remember FaZe did that in one of their games. They all went B.
Yeah.
And they threw everybody off. Because they just all 4 of them just immediately rushed the B.
Yeah.
Because that's such a hard hill to capture.
Yeah.
But doing the split cap, like it is a good idea, but in pubs it's so hard to pull off.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah. Like that team really has to be coordinated, and they have to have good gun skill to be able to pull that off.
Yeah. Because like on Raid specifically, like you and I have stayed alive like multiple times, like on the A point.
Yeah.
And when you do, like you go off because there's just so many different ways to like finesse.
Yeah. No, I love raid control.
I do too. That's so fun.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. Like getting a good hold on A, B is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you run a sub all the time, and like I always run the AR, and then I'll switch to sub like if I need to add more pressure. But I love running an AR on that map.
Yeah.
Like I love watching all like the points.
Yeah, you always go mid on raid.
Yeah, when we're defending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving my strat away.
Right.
But
yeah.
I run it defense, run into kitchen, wall bang the where Zig is.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know if people don't know this, on like a 10-year-old map, you can wall bang that.
Yeah.
And I've gotten like 2-3 kills just wall banging it.
Yeah.
And if I start shooting, I get no one. I run straight through. And the timing is by the time I run through, you're already at the white van.
Yeah.
Like on the 8 point. And then I'll run through, tell you to stay alive, and I'll run through Zig. And by the time like I'm already in Zig, I'm already aiming into the garage, and you've already killed like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
And they just spawned there, and I just killed them again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I loop into art and hit top art, and now like you're watching front, I'm behind them. They can't do anything.
Strategy given away.
Yeah.
Exposed.
Good luck trying to run that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, every time on raid when I'm on defense, I always run outside laundry. I always do that. Yeah. And then I always run there, and I'll pre-aim over to see if they're hitting driveway.
Yeah.
And maybe get a kill. It's hard though with a sub.
Yeah.
With no sight on it.
Yeah.
If I had the AR, I could definitely do that.
Yeah. But with an AR, you wouldn't get there.
I wouldn't get there fast. Yeah. So I go and I get behind the van, and then I just play like an absolute clown behind the van. Like,
that's the thing. Like I know you're sitting on the van, and I'm already hitting middle.
Yeah.
Like by the time like you're there.
Yeah.
It's funny because like when I need to add more pressure with you, like I run different routes as a sub. Like I don't run the same thing.
Yeah.
When if I run a sub, I off defense, I run to the right with you. Yeah. I always run through laundry. I run down the stairs. I nade over to the driveway and slide onto the point.
Yeah.
And then just like try to kill a bunch of people.
But going back with this thing, like teammates when they're stacking or moving together, those strats become very difficult when I run there and I maybe throw a nade.
Yeah.
And they've already got the trophy on there.
Yeah.
And they're like 4 stacked or 3 stacked.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh damn. You know? And then I'll let you know, I'm like, dude, they're all here.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe some are trying to make it through mid, or they're all stacked on there.
Yeah.
And it's become so difficult.
Yeah. Because if I hear that call, that's the thing. If you're telling me like they're all there, that forces me to come into pillars.
Yeah.
And like maybe I'll get like 1 or 2.
That's hard.
But my positioning in pillars isn't as safe as being in art.
No, you're totally exposed.
Yeah.
You're totally exposed if you're pillars.
Yeah. And usually if they're like decent, someone's watching that.
Yeah.
So a lot of strategy can like go into like all these different games.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then when we're on defense and they're not doing this, they're not moving as a team, like we destroy them.
It's
like,
so easy.
We're like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah.
You know? And at that point, like we're just hanging around art. We go over to water steps.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's like one guy going over to water, like going over to B. I'm like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
You know?
And especially for the people that when you start playing a lot of COD, I'm sure eventually you start understanding spawns better.
Yep.
And it's just raid, especially like I think the spawns are pretty easy to read on that map.
Yeah.
You can just read them like perfectly.
Yeah.
And then that team's just trapped in a cycle.
Yeah. I mean, when you can spawn trap people, it's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes I'll be like usually I'll hang outside of art a lot. I'll hang there, or like I'll watch driveway and watch the stairs that come up from driveway. Like I'll do that, or maybe rotate over to water steps and hang around there. But most of the time, if you just watch that garage there, they just keep coming and coming.
Yeah, they just keep coming.
You know, because then again, like we were talking about earlier, when you get pissed off because these guys are just killing you, they keep coming.
They just keep
like
doing the same thing.
They could just go around and go underneath like bottom red, or like where the bedroom is.
Yeah.
They could just go there and try to run a different route. But they just like, oh, this guy, they're biting their teeth. I'm like, I'm going to kill him. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to kill me.
Yeah.
You know, or if you do, then there's like 6 seconds left and the lives are toast.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's already over.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you played your hand there, my friend.
Yeah. That's the thing. You got to change it up.
Yeah.
Got to change it up.
Yeah, so, you know, when we have those games where, I mean, we're always trying to play as a unit, play as a team. We have those teammates who are aware and they're doing it with us. Oh, man.
It makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for example, like on raid for us, like we always run together when we're attacking to like hop on a point, like on A. And as soon as we cap that, like we, for the most part, we'll run together, or sometimes we split up, and we know like now we got control.
Yeah, I think of like a raid. I also think of Moscow when we're attacking.
Yeah,
and we all hit that point. I just see all the arrows. We're all flying through the window street.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're all doing it.
Yeah.
We cap the point in like 5 seconds. I'm like, hell yes. It's like this game just became so much easier.
That leads into like my other pro. Is when teammates. I don't think they understand it, but it's more like getting map positioning.
Yeah.
And map control. I don't think a lot of teammates like realize what they're doing.
Yep.
But it definitely helps when you're not sitting in the back of your spawn and doing nothing. Like that's not helping the team. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're getting like 20 kills just sitting there. Like, you're literally not doing anything.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly like running up like to the middle or like getting control of the map deep into their spawn, like that helps a lot.
Yeah. Map positioning takes a lot of confidence too.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's just in your own ability or understanding that there's a greater good to what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
the
like,
route man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta run those.
Yeah. In public matches, I guess I can see it being, like people don't think of it as much.
Yeah.
You know, in the pro scene, obviously.
Yeah.
People understand, like everyone understands they can shoot, so they don't.
Yeah.
Like they have to hold certain lanes and make sure they get that map control. But particularly in games modes like Control or Hardpoint, like you need that.
Yeah.
You know, there's such a necessity because that's going to win you the objective game mode that you loaded into.
You will win. Yeah. You will win games. Like, for example, the on Moscow, let's just say B, if you're attacking, right? B is on the opposite side, like in the opponent's spawn, right?
Yeah.
The only team that should be sitting there not moving is the enemy.
Yeah.
Because like they can just watch through like the top eskies.
Yeah.
And there have been plenty of times where teammates, they just sit top eskies. They don't move.
Yeah.
And they just keep getting mowed down.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help anyone. Like move. Like you and I, we always run into the middle, like where gold is. And like try to get control of that elbow area.
Yeah.
Or like I'll run through like the bank on the street.
Yep.
And run through there. Just like you got to spread yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got to make sure like every part of the map is covered.
Yeah.
So then if you maybe catch one or two guys, or say I go and I push through top eskies or like get into that little elbow area. It's like that little undercovered area near the fountain. Yeah, if like everyone's wondering what we're talking about, we say elbow. Like, what the fuck? You know, that little spot there. If I see so many people like in that library that's overlooking the point, like I'll let you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be like, yo, there's like 3 or 4 guys there. Yeah. And that lets you know, okay, well, the other 2 guys, where are they at?
Yeah.
You know, like they might be where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, trying to push me. Or at least just gives you the ability to then go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and take care of it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do us any good if there's both of us. We're doing the same thing.
Exact thing.
It's like, well, what's the point of that?
Yeah. Yeah, map control is very, very important, like in games.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Nuketown's just like an easy example to understand. Stop sitting in the house.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to do anything for anyone.
Yeah. A lot of the small maps, map control
very
is
important.
Yeah, and it's really easy to understand just because there's not as many areas to cover. You know, like Crossroads Strike.
Yeah,
like that's another map too.
Yeah,
you know, like if they're attacking, and this is all based around control, right?
Yeah,
if they're capping on A. And they've got a guy who's watching like through spawn, like on those little staircase.
Yeah.
Not like the tiny, like the little small door, but the other staircase that leads into your main building. If someone's watching that and watching them flood in, like you're screwed.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember we played yesterday, and there was a guy who was doing that, and I was like, damn. I was like, because this guy, like, he understands that. Yeah. He knows that we're spawning back here, and this is the only way that we can come in.
Yeah.
You know? So they just immediately get map control, and you watch the lives just
trickle down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, control it's very easy to, like, understand spawns. At least I think for someone that's new and trying to understand it. Yeah. Hardpoint gets a little mixy, but I mean, if you've been playing COD for a while, like I personally think you'd be able to understand like spawns and hardpoint.
Yeah.
But Yeah, man. Like some of the people like on Nuketown trying to get control.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes I'll be yelling at the teammates. I'm like, move forward.
Right.
Like, just get past the bus.
Yeah.
Like, just get control of the middle. Because I think we've said it before. If we get control and if we just get in the opponent's house.
Yeah.
Like.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. Like, we know we're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, like, they're spawn trapped.
Yeah, control's so easy because spawns don't necessarily flip.
Yeah.
You know?
They flip, like, opposite sides.
Yeah. But they flip, like, how would you say that? Horizontally on the map.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially on the small maps, like, they...
Yeah, but like in team deathmatch or like certain game modes like that or hardpoint, like they will flip from side to side.
Yeah.
Like complete opposite ends of the map.
And that's definitely... You got to understand, like, your own personal, like, positioning on the map and your teammates.
Yeah, like, past this point or where you're pushing and how that's going to influence the spawns.
Yeah.
You know, based on where everybody else is, like, where they could be.
Yeah.
Control's very easy because where you spawn in on a certain side, the other team will never spawn in on that side during that round.
Yeah. Unless your entire team is literally in their base.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Which like rarely.
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I don't even know if they do flip like that still.
They don't flip all the way, but they'll
like flip like in the middle or
into
push.
The middle.
Yeah.
They won't flip onto your side.
Yeah.
But they'll flip into the middle.
Yeah.
But that's if like your entire team's in their base.
Yeah, like we've had it on Express where is it A, the one that's inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. We've had that before. We spawn right on it. Yeah. Like right below those stairs. You know.
Yeah.
And then that's information for you too as to where they are.
Yeah, if
you know.
If you understand spawns like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you have good knowledge of spawns and you're spawning at a certain point, you're like, okay, that means like we're spawning here because of this guy is in this spot.
Yeah, this guy like on Express, if that's happening, like they're pushed up into our catwalk, like our original spawn where we started off.
Yeah,
that's forcing us to go there.
Exactly. Yeah, because they don't want us. They don't want the game doesn't want us to keep spawning in that area over and over again. So they're giving us a chance, pushing us somewhere else.
Yeah,
you know.
See, there's a lot of strategy in this game, whether people like think it or not.
Yeah, in Control, and that's why I like Control so much.
Yeah, you gotta think. You gotta play your life. I love like the moments where you and I are. It's a two of us. It's a 2v5. 2v6, and I'm like, we got this.
We went and clutched it up on what was it on Crossroads Strike? I remember we did that.
Yeah, and we did it on what was it? It was Garrison Control. I remember there was a few seconds left, and
I remember that.
That was good.
That was sick. Yeah, we were like I was in we were defending, right? Yeah, we were defending. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we were defending.
Yeah, and we were and I was in the out, and I was just like, all right, go. We like hit it, and distracted and got the kills. I was like, thank God.
Yeah,
yeah, that was like a 2v6 or something like that.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah, see, and that's where playing as a team, as a unit, helps out.
Yeah, those plays, if you're without communication, they're damn near impossible.
Yeah, nearly impossible.
Yeah, unless you guys got telepathic abilities.
Yeah,
and you could pull that shit off. But yeah, I think like really like some of my points. They more or less build off of the ones that we were just talking about. I think a point that's a real opposite of one that we had mentioned last week, for ones that we can kind of close on, is like getting trades. Like that's that's a fundamental one. I think we can both wrap it up.
Yeah,
you know, it's such a basic thing in Call of Duty. Just when in any game mode. Hell, if you're in hardpoint, team deathmatch, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's such an important thing is when you get a kill or say you die, your teammate avenges you. He gets that kill back.
Yeah.
You know? It's hard to do, but it's so important.
Yeah. And like when we say trades too, I mean, technically in certain game modes, like ideally if you die, you just want someone on your team to kill another person. So it evens out.
Yep.
But when we're saying trades, we're saying if Mike and I are running together and someone kills Mike, I should be killing that person that just killed him.
Yeah.
But, you know, in other game modes, you obviously want the lives to, like, even out. You know, it doesn't matter if you don't get that person that necessarily killed your teammate. But, trades help a lot because you and I, when we're running together, like, we're pretty good at that, making sure that we get that guy that is already weak. Because we always say they're weak.
Yeah.
So.
Because most of the time we haven't like not seen this person, like they were just sitting in a corner and they killed us.
Yeah.
I mean, even still, if that happens, we'll try to go over there and get them, catch them off guard.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's just a gunfight that we've lost.
Yeah.
And that person's weak or they're one shot. I mean, they're like, you touch this person, they're
die. They're dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always nice when we'll be playing and then not like one of us doesn't get the trade. It's another teammate who gets it. I'm like, thank you, teammate. Like,
yeah.
Like maybe they didn't mean to, but
yeah.
It's some of those guys who like you definitely know that they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Or even it's so annoying when like I literally have an enemy literally one shot. Like if you breathe on this person, they're dead. And I'm just watching the kill feed. I'm like, come on, someone.
Same.
And nothing happens.
Same.
I'm like, are you serious?
Same. Yeah. That's where like it wraps up with map positioning too, because certain times I'll have I was thinking it was a garrison yesterday. I was running with this guy and I died to this guy. I can't remember where it was. I think it was in this like outside of the vent area.
Yeah.
We had just both hopped up there. I die and I'm like, come on, teammate. Like teammate was shooting him. I watching the kill cam and then I watching the kill feed and the guy died as well. I'm like, no, my teammate. No. I'm like, you have to get that kill, bro. Like, you can't just let that go.
Yeah. And, like, that's the other thing. If you're playing with a friend, too, like a buddy, I mean, you and I have been playing together for a while. Like, we trust each other when I'm, like, they're one shot. Like, if you say that to me, I'm just running. Like, I don't care. I'm just going to run up. And, like, I trust he's one shot. And I barely, like, aim in.
Yeah.
I just, like, center.
They're right.
And make sure, like, I just get the shot and they're dead instantly.
Yeah. And you got to make sure, too, it's with those times when that happens that it's within a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of guys do run stim.
Yeah.
You know? So if I say he's one shot and then, like, 5-6 seconds later you find him, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like that, at that point, it's just you know where he is,
Yeah.
but you have to win that gunfight. Like, it's not on, he's not weak anymore.
Yeah. When that person's actually one shot, just challenge them.
Yeah.
Get the win.
Yeah, ego child. Child. Go for it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
But that definitely comes with
experience
and like I guess like chemistry when you're playing with like your friend or whatever.
Yeah. But it does tie down to map positioning. If you're all spread out all throughout the map and not close to each other, say someone dies, like I mean if I'm like Express, if I'm by water steps and you're on the complete opposite end driveway and I die to somebody there.
Yeah.
Like
you mean raid?
Yeah, raid. What did I say? Express?
Yeah.
I lose my mind. Like if we're at that point in the map, it doesn't really matter. Like that call out's just maybe letting them know that they're going to that point.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get that kill.
Yeah.
You know? It doesn't really matter. So that's where sometimes running together can be good. Like running separately, trying to get map positioning is important.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, there are maps like on like Garrison. We do run together.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a fine balance between like running together and separating. I think on defense, for the most part, like you and I, like we'll run separately.
Yeah.
Because we know like we can handle it for the most part, but we always end up like being near each other.
Yeah.
But like offense for the most part, like we gotta attack together.
Yeah, always. Yeah, when you're on offense, you have to try to push together. Again, that's where that point comes in. If you're not moving like a unit, you're not stacking the hill. It's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah, and enemy team's just gonna take advantage.
Yeah, especially if you have another team who knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
you know?
That's when you and I really focus up.
Yeah, especially if we just came off an L from a team too.
Yeah,
like I remember last night we ended that with it. There was a team, they beat us the first. This was the second to last game. They beat us, and then the next game we went and smoked them.
Yeah. And
I'm like, dude, that's not happening. I'm like, I'm not losing to these kids.
Not letting that happen. Yeah.
We start talking about something else. We're joking around, and then we're down 0-2. I'm like, okay, we need to shut the fuck up.
we got to stop talking.
Oh, like, yeah, we do. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy you're doing well. Okay, let's go.
we got to focus up.
Yeah. So, no, those are most my points. I mean, everything that we had said in the last episode too. The opposite of those.
Yeah.
Are all things that I love to see.
Yeah. And at the end of the teamwork. That's what it is. Teamwork and, stop being assholes to each other.
Yeah. I think if you don't have an individual party with somebody and you're just you jump in, you're in TeamSpeak, you should try some of this stuff with people.
Yeah. And, like, I know you definitely could make, like, friends or something online, We gotta change the COD community. People need to stop being fucking assholes, man.
There's times too where I've jumped in, like a couple of guys. I don't play with them very often, but I remember.
They're cool.
Yeah, exactly. There were some guys like if you're not doing anything, like you're not yelling at people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, calling out to some people. I'm not over here playing like I'm on the goddamn main stage.
Yeah.
But if I'm just letting them know, like, like, hey, help me out on air. Like, I need some help.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, yo, idiots, get over here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know.
People appreciate it.
Yeah. And I would think like our like age group now that are like is still playing COD, like we're in our 20s.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, I would think everyone's like pretty chill.
Yeah.
And you get those fucking assholes that just all they do is talk shit.
Yeah.
But then in real life they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they just talk shit in game the whole time. But
yeah, and everyone's gonna rally up on those guys and shit on them
always.
Too.
Like I don't care if you're my teammate and you're talking shit. Like I'm talking shit about you.
Yeah.
Because you most likely suck.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, there's very few times we've seen the guys who are talking shit where they're really good.
Yeah. And like when they're really good, it's usually because they're like in a team.
Yeah.
A team environment. And then, all the good guys always team up on the shitty guy. Always.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
The person with the biggest mouth always like gets yelled at.
Yeah. And he's got a lot of pressure too.
Yeah.
That's
you better play well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stop opening your mouth. Because it's like, man, you better walk the walk. Because you're talking all the time right now.
Yeah.
And then they lose, and then they've got to go, and they're backed up in a corner. They got to make up some excuse, or just start.
And they're still talking shit.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're sad.
Yeah,
like, you're a sad man.
Yeah, or they're just quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's better when they're quiet. I'd rather them be quiet than just still like talking shit.
Yeah, me too. I'm
like, really? After that, you're still gonna just keep talking?
Yeah. No.
They're like, oh, you're a pussy. You just been playing this game forever. Like you have no life. I'm like, weren't you just like shitting on like us because like we were bad?
Yeah. Now that's the thing. Right when they're backed up, they start coming up with all the excuses.
Yeah.
So don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be
for the love of God.
Yeah.
Don't be that.
Change
guy.
the COD community.
Yeah.
Be better.
Just be silent after the end of the game. Say GGs.
Yeah. Do better.
If people are gonna shit on you for that, then they're not even worth it.
Yeah.
Forget about them.
Exactly.
I've had that with people. Like I'll say that, I'll be like, "Yo, GGs," and they're like, "Yo, suck my dick" or something, and I'm just like, "Dude, fuck you."
Yeah.
And I really just put my mic up. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you want me to do? You want to start talking shit to you? Come on.
Yeah. Like I already beat you. Like,
yeah. Exactly.
Just be better.
Yeah.
The COD community needs to be better.
Yeah, dude. Legit. We need to stop trashing each other all the fucking time.
No, we do. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Like just joining in a lobby and everyone's just like.
Doesn't need to be sunshine and rainbows all the time.
But man, everyone's just fucking angry all the time. And just sweating.
Yeah. Unnecessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Did you have any other points that you wanted to touch on from there that you were itching to talk about?
No, that was basically it.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty good list. Yeah. I like them all.
Yeah.
I really like the support score streak. I think that's an important one too that people need to do.
Yeah,
I like that.
And at the end of the day, just be a good teammate.
Yeah, be a good
teammate.
Yeah, verbally and with your actual gameplay.
Yeah, help out.
Yeah, and again too, you'll see this. You see all the stuff in the CDL too.
Yeah, learn from them.
Yeah, exactly.
If you guys see us in lobbies, like. Do this to us.
Yeah, exactly. Help us out for the love of God. Because God knows there's so many games where it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And we lose composure.
Yeah.
And I've got to go rub my face. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
After every round, we got to take a breath. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. I got to go dry my hands off, take sips of water.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. But yeah, I think overall, yeah, those are our main list there of some of the pros. And again, please, for the love of God, implement some of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with those, and then again, we had mentioned at the beginning of the episode too, with the CDL, we'll be keeping up to date with it. Next episode will be after the major.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about the major.
So we'll have new major champs.
Yeah.
Right now, Justin, we can go back and look at it. I think FaZe is going to win it.
Good pick.
I know, a little crazy. I know it's crazy. Hear me out. They look pretty good.
I'm gonna say FaZe too. I personally don't see any other team like winning.
Yeah, I don't at all.
I mean, I want our boys at Optic to. If there's a major to win, it is this major.
Yeah,
like mentally they're there. It's LAN. It's different. But I still think FaZe is going to win.
Yeah. I think it's going to be FaZe or Ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, those are the top 2 teams right now. Ultra's been looking fantastic.
Yeah.
I think they might be able to do it, but FaZe, man, they're looking too good.
They're just too dominant. Their bank account must be huge.
Yeah, dude, they're raking it in right now. It's easy money for them at the moment.
They win 3 games, they win a major.
Yeah. That's insane. They win $50K a piece.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll keep up to date with that next episode 19, dude. We're almost at episode 20.
Episode 20, our trash talking episode.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big one there.
Yeah.
So yeah, next episode for 19, we'll keep in touch about the CDL, mentioning how all these teams did, where they placed, and how New York did. Any potential roster updates that might happen in the future. But yeah, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about before we close it out?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for tuning into this episode. Again, if you want to follow us on Twitter at the COD Casuals, we've been tweeting out during the games as much as we can. It's tough. Sometimes we're busy.
Yeah.
We got lives, we got jobs, we got other things. So we try our best. So, bear with us at moments.
Well, we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah. Regardless, though, we've been doing a good job. We've been active on it. And make sure to just follow us on our streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple. Is it Apple Podcasts or a podcast app?
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, we're on all those as per usual.
Yeah. YouTube.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
YouTube. Exactly. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification bell.
All that.
Yeah, and we will see you in the next episode. So this is the COD Casuals. I'm Mike.
I'm Justin.
And we will see you next episode. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.